Okay, Biresh Pratap Chaudhary, you are nodding your head, you're not agreeing with this. Why aren't you agreeing with this?
No, if they are returning money to the consumers, there is no difficulty at all.
Okay, you may be returning money, Amrapali may be returning money. What about, let's say, Mahagun or Supertech?
They should follow Amrapali.
Is everybody returning money?
See, I'll tell you. In fact, the first motive of the developer, first principle of any developer who has some credibility or some credential, he must look after the need and the value of the customers who have invested their hard-earned money.
Okay, and the best. Are they doing that? Are builders doing that?
Well, you know, I just can't give a sweeping statement, but what I would like to mention here is, because there is a lack of regulation, Amrapali, MD is stating in public on television that he is doing it. So I only hope that what he is saying in terms of a voluntary code imposed on himself to do in the interest of the consumer will always bring him a goodwill, will bring him a loyalty of the customers. But how much he is actually doing, it can only come out when there is a strong regulator who regulates and finds out, yes, Amrapali is better than others. And this is what we have been telling, time and again to the government, that there has to be a strong regulatory mechanism into this trade. Because when you talked about the plan, and which Amrapali MD also spoke about, you see, when you make a plan, industrial development plan, of course you give certain percentage of the land for house building, for the construction of homes, for the workers who will work in the industrial area. Is that happening? That's not happening in that percentage which needs to be left back. They are giving much more than that to the builders just because they want to do some quick enrichment. The government officials who are looking at that land which has been acquired. So our contention is, if the Honorable Supreme Court has looked at the interest of the farmers, equally it's important the Honorable Court looks into the interest of the consumers. And they bring a guideline, not depend on a voluntary mechanism which the builder is trying to impose on themselves, but a all across kind of a regulation on the builders that they are bound to do it, otherwise they will be taken to action.
Will this Supreme Court verdict, Mr. Chaudhary, have an impact, a cascading effect on other acquisitions, other land that's been acquired under the same urgency clause for industrial development and then given to builders? Will it have a cascading effect in Greater Noida?
Certainly it will have. Because maybe if on the same terms and conditions, the other land has been acquired of other villages, that will also have to be quashed.
Okay. Does that mean then, Anil Sharma, that land acquisition and property prices in Greater Noida will now plummet and others could face the same problem that these investors are facing?
No, in fact, we have certain decisions by the honorable courts, even in one of our matter, where the acquisition were questioned, in which the honorable court has given the clear-cut decision that once the development has taken place, so there is no need of interference of the honorable court, and they have told that even farmers who have been asking compensation from the developer thereafter, and we had paid them also, so they told that no, this is a bad exercise and they cannot do it. So there are a lot of verdicts coming in favor of the development also.
But shouldn't you as a builder be acquiring land directly from farmers instead of getting the government to play the role of a middleman, a dalal? Why should the government be a dalal?
I'll just agree to our respected sir.
Sure.
In fact, regulator is a must. We are also sufferer. I don't deny or disagree with the regulator. Had there been a regulator, this verdict would have not come. But number two, once